cook. I cook, man. Yeah. A lot of people say they cook. You know, it's like, I know. Then they make spaghetti. I do mad, weird, crazy, different shit. Like the other day, I dug a hole in my backyard and I cooked in a clay pot, cooking inside the earth. And then before I served it to everybody, I said, has Mother Earth ever fed you before? The reality of the situation is, you know, a lot of the lingo that we speak, a lot of the, you know, fashion sense that's coming into the game, it's coming from the new wave. Like, you can't deny that. A lot of the, more than that, a lot of the biggest hits, right? A lot of the ones that are crossing over and becoming something are coming from the new wave of guys out here that's like killing shit right now, you know? So it's like, it's disrespectful to just label that mumble rap. So I wanted to label this mumble rap, see what happens, you know? Stir the pot a little bit. This project wrote itself, man. Like I recorded this, the majority of it in 2 days, you know? So like, that's the kind of energy I was on. That's the kind of frequency I was feeling, you know? And when it's like that, it's magical, you know? And like, man, there's songs on there that like I couldn't record the first 5, 6 times I tried. Because I'd literally be in tears trying to record them. Because it was like really the most introspective shit I've ever done in my life. I think Lullaby was the hardest one for me to record. That's why when I finally recorded it, I decided like I wanted the video to be me recording the song, because it was like such a challenge to get there. You know, the first 5, 6 times I tried, it was like I'd get halfway through and like, you know, you just kind of hear it in my voice, or I would choke up and not be able to continue, whatever the case was, you know. It's more personal, family shit, you know, like if you listen to Lullaby, you'll know, like I talk about the situation with my parents, which was, you know, a rough, like a hard time for all of, like, you know, we're 5 kids in that family, so, in my family. So it's like, you know, it was hard for all of us to go through something at like an older age. It was just weird, a lot of crazy shit, and I felt like that song was like my only way to like discuss it, you know? And a long time I couldn't write about shit like that because everything I would write would just be too raw. Like, I couldn't think of nothing witty because I was like, this is real life. Like, this is really me. Like, how am I gonna turn this into a punchline? My life ain't a fucking punchline, you know? I don't know what it is. I spaz on Boy on this shit, man. I really spaz on Boy. He's got some fucking shit, bro. And he's got such a dope team around him. Shout out to Vinyls, T-Minus. You know, everybody that's around Boy Wonder is so fucking talented, and he's so talented himself. And it's like, you almost can't lose fucking with him, you know? We hung out, man. Like, we were friends for like 3 years before we ever did anything musically. You know, we respected each other's shit, you know, and all that, but it wasn't about that. It was about the fact that he was just like a really incredible individual, you know? And it's like, it's hard to come across good people nowadays, you know? So you gotta cherish those relationships and friendships. That's what it was. I think that's what grew into the musical shit and why the chemistry became so dope, because we were really brothers before all that shit. When we met, he would play me shit, I would play him shit, but it wasn't necessarily like, we gotta work together. It was like, yo, you know, we're friends, you know? Music is like what we do, but that shouldn't change a friendship or make shit weird, or, you know what I mean? Like, the best music happens organically, and like, we're living proof of that. I never in my life, you know, bite my tongue for nobody. I'd rather bite the bullet than bite my tongue, you know? That'll never happen. That honesty sometimes might be harsh, but I stood up, you know, to this false presidency before it was even a presidency. I stood up against it. I refused to even go on Kimmel because Trump was gonna be there, you know? And again, that's why I say don't go nowhere. You gotta stay right here, because they're trying to make it so much that the people don't matter, right? That you gotta stay here and show them how much we do matter, you know? That's why I didn't go to Canada. I'm here, you know? I'm gonna be here. Like, I feel like whatever little bit I could do, even if it's nothing, even if it's a 0.01%, it's better than doing nothing. It's always gotta be intelligence for me. Like, intelligence wins every time. And that man's an idiot. So somebody intelligent is gonna beat him, guaranteed. I didn't want nobody on this tape because it's so introspective. Like it's hard to put, like it's like somebody writing a page in your diary, you know? It's hard, you know, so. But every time the third verse, like, section would come in after I recorded the song, I would hear him on it. And I was like, man, why I keep hearing this guy on this? I can't even write a proper verse because I keep hearing Pusha on this. I said, you know, I gotta reach out to Pusha. Me and him hadn't really spoken before that, so my dog Slow just connected the whole shit. We spoke briefly one time on the phone. I sent him the joint, and then after I got it back, I had to FaceTime and be like, yo, bro, you murdered this shit. Like, I think, man, I'm like somebody that just respects some, you know, rap, respects people that, you know, that still take time to craft their shit, still, you know, write that shit that you might not pick up until a couple listens or sometimes a couple years. That's the shit I love. I live for that shit, you know, the timeless shit. That's why we're able to go back and listen to Reasonable Doubt. Because it was timeless shit that could still teach us something right now. You know, that's the shit that I chase. He makes that shit. I think like Kendrick makes that shit. You know, there's a few guys that rap that can actually, you know, make real timeless shit nowadays. And it's, you know, I respect it. I love it. So I just kept hearing him on the shit, man. Long story short, I said, fuck it, man. We gotta get him on it. Just being young and dumb and trusting, you know, not looking at paperwork, you know. But we stuck together. It was like the core group of us stuck together. Fuck it, we made it out. Redid everything again. And made sure the paperwork was tight this time, you know what I mean? That's all it really was, man, because like being kids in this shit, it's easy to get lost in the circus. There's a lot of clowns in this shit, you know? That's a bad way to put it, because like getting lost like that is what eventually helped us find the right way to get there, you know? So it's a blessing in disguise, really. You gotta pay tuition to life too, you know? It's not just school.